Razaban for FightHype.com. I finally made it to Chris Eubank's gym, even though I was waiting in the gym next door near the swimming pool. Got really hot. Chris Eubank Jr. Firstly, thank you for letting me come down and watch you spar. It was quite interesting seeing you spar. There obviously family members in the gym as well.
Yeah.
How are you keeping, first of all?
I'm good. You caught me on my last and final day of sparring. It went well. Did 12 rounds. It wasn't anything. It wasn't anything too tough. I kept calm. It was one of those where fight time's here, so you don't need to be going all out in these spars now. You work with the guys, and I'm feeling strong, man. I can't wait to get in there and unleash the beast.
Before I speak about George Groves, I want to go back a little while. You fought on Matchroom Show, I think it was Tom Duran, and then it was scheduled that you would hopefully get in the ring with Triple G. We all know what happened there, the fight didn't happen. You then moved on to ITV, and there's a lot of haters around saying, watch this gate crash, you should have stuck with Matchroom and Sky Sports, and you went to ITV, you beat Renaud Quillian, became the IBO World Champ. Now you're fighting George Groves for the WBA title. Firstly, how's that experience, and how do you feel that you look back at the haters and say, oh, I did the right thing?
Sky, Matchroom, Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren, they're not the only people that you have to, everyone always just say they're the guys you need. You don't need them. There's other platforms. There's other ways to make it in the sport of boxing without having to sign away your rights, which is what happens to a lot of these fighters, man. We're doing it our way, and we've got, I'm flagshipping this new pay-per-view platform on ATV box office, and it's been great. The World Boxing Super Series is the new thing in boxing. This is what I believe is going to continue on as a new dynasty, as a new way for boxers to make it in the sport, and a new way for fans to enjoy the sport and spectate it, and to understand who the best is. Because for so long now it's been who's the best? Oh, he's got that bout, but he's got that bout. But there's no arguments now. These tournaments, the best fight the best, and the winner is the best in the division. That's it. And I think that's what boxing needs.
Obviously, boxing has become commercialized, and as fans and people on the outside, obviously everyone has to earn a living. But do you feel like too many boxers now want to protect their protect their image, and not take those big super fights and just collect the money and the checks?
I mean, every fighter wants to protect their own. That's natural. But I believe if you're not a fighter that's willing to risk your own, willing to test yourself to prove that you deserve having that O next to your name, then you're not really a true fighter. And to be totally honest with you, having an undefeated record, it isn't as important as people think it is. Most of the greatest boxers in the world had defeats. That didn't stop them from being remembered. It didn't stop them from being the champions and the icons that they were and are, even today. So yeah, I don't think people should worry too much about that. Obviously, listen, you have to win, you have to perform, but as far as testing yourself, that is also a must. You have to fight the best, and that's why I entered this tournament, because I wanted to corner these guys. I don't think I would ever have got that George Groves fight unless I entered this tournament. I think he would have just ducked me and dodged me for years, and it would have fizzled out. That was a big reason for why I entered this tournament. As soon as I heard George Groves and his WBA title was going to be in this tournament, that was me signed in.
You obviously started at middleweight, move up to super middle after that win over Renaud Quillian. How are you feeling physically in terms of weight-wise, power-wise, speed-wise? Fit, fully, no issues? Or
no issues at all. I'm not a match with super middleweight. I do have to gain weight, but I'm doing it responsibly. I'm doing it well. I'm eating right. and I'm feeling strong. You know, it's not. I don't see it as a disadvantage. Yes, he will be the bigger man on the fight. He'll probably weigh a stone or more heavier than me, but I don't believe that that is going to be a factor that's really going to play into the fight too much. You know, I felt George. I've been in with him when he's been heavy, you know, especially early on in his career. I know what he is, I know what he's capable of, I know how hard he hits. And I'm not worried, George.
People talk about George's experience in the big arenas, the big events, thousands of fans. But you yourself, you were actually in, a lot of people don't know this, but obviously when your previous fight in the World Boxing Super Series was in Germany. It was a very hostile atmosphere. I wasn't there personally, but I know people who were there who told me it was extremely hostile. But that experience in itself, was that quite motivating for you to say, well, if I can go through this, it's almost like fighting away?
It was fighting away. You know, there was thousands of Turks there baying for my blood. You know, welcome to hell signs being held up. You know, massive, some of the worst fights I've ever seen. People getting battered, 50 man fights by the side of the ring, and security just standing there looking like, nah, we're not getting involved. No police. It was just when enough people were on the ground not moving, that's when the fight stopped. Wow. It was mad.
Did you ever thought that for a minute that your fight was going to take place?
Well, my team kind of kept it away from me, but they got all the footage, so they showed me afterwards. Obviously, before they didn't really
want to distract
to me, how bad it was. But I knew it was bad when my father came into the change room and said, "Listen, I don't know if you should walk out with the British flag, the Union Jack on your back. I don't know if you should do that because it's a ticking time bomb out there, and that might be the fuse to light it." So I was like, okay, yeah, it must be pretty tasty out there.
For your dad to say that.
For my dad to say that, especially. This is a guy who has been through a lot in his life. But no, I said to myself, you know what? I'm over here in Germany. I'm representing my country. I'm proud. There's no way I'm gonna let a bunch of people who want me to lose this fight intimidate me enough not to wear my country's flag on my shoulders. So I wore the flag, walked to the ring. You know, there was screaming, shouting, spitting. Jumped over the ring and knocked Chavny Yildirim out. And now we're here.